Let me be very clear about something. The battle for the TV remote is not about watching TV. It's about power. It's about territory. It's about establishing dominance in a shared space. It's about respect, control, and honestly, at this point, it's about pride. And I'm losing. I live with a roommate. His name's Jake. Nice guy. We get along great. Split rent, we split groceries, we respect each other's space. When it comes to the TV remote, we are enemies. Silent, polite, passive-aggressive enemies engaged in psychological warfare that neither of us will ever acknowledge out loud. Because here's the thing, you can't just say, "Hey, I want the remote." That's too direct, too honest, too vulnerable. The battle for the remote operates on unspoken rules, subtle power moves, and strategic positioning that would make a military general weep with pride. And I've cataloged every single tactic. Let me walk you through the war. The most basic strategy is physical control. Whoever has the remote in their hand controls the universe. Simple, right? Wrong, because it's not just about holding it. It's about where you position yourself on the couch. See? Our couch has 3 sections. The middle section is neutral territory, dangerous, exposed, no strategic advantage. But the left and right sections, those are the power positions, because that's where the side tables are. And whoever controls the side table controls the remote's resting place. Jake figured this out before I did. Last Tuesday, I came home from work, and he was already on the couch. Left section, remote, on the side table next to him, just out of my reach. He wasn't even watching anything good. He was watching some documentary about penguins. But it didn't matter. He had position. I sat in the middle section like a peasant. I tried to act casual, like I didn't care. I scrolled through my phone, but inside, I was plotting. I waited, I watched, and the second he got up to get water, I made my move. I slid into the left section. I grabbed the remote. Victory was mine. For approximately 4 minutes, Jake came back, saw what I'd done, and just stood there, holding his water, staring at me, not saying anything, just radiating disappointment. And here's the thing about passive aggression. It works. I felt guilty. I'd stolen his spot. Akata, I'd violated the unspoken territorial rules. Akata. So I moved back to the middle section and handed him the remote like I was returning a sacred artifact. He didn't even say thank you. Just took it back and resumed the penguin documentary. I learned a valuable lesson that day. Occupation is 9/10 of the law. But wait, there's more to this than just physical control. There's a whole psychological dimension that's even more devious. My girlfriend, her name's Emily, she's a master of this. She doesn't fight for the remote. She doesn't need to, because she's perfected the art of making you feel bad for wanting it in the first place. Here's how it works. We're sitting on the couch. I have the remote. I'm watching a basketball game. She's on her phone, seemingly not paying attention. Everything's fine. Then she sighs, just once, barely audible. I ignore it. Keep watching the game. Another sigh, slightly louder. I glance over. You okay? Okay, I'm fine. But her tone suggests she is decidedly not fine. You sure? Yeah, it's just nothing. It's fine. Now I'm in trouble, 'cause nothing and fine are never actually nothing and fine. They're code, they're traps. Do you want to watch something else? No. You're watching your game. It's fine. There it is again. Fine. The most dangerous word in the English language. We can change it if you want. No, really. You're enjoying it. I don't want to interrupt, but now I'm not enjoying it. Because I know she wants to watch something else, and she knows I know, and I know she knows I know, but we're both pretending we don't know. So I offer the remote. Here, you pick something. Are you sure? No, I'm not sure. But I can't say that. So I say, yeah, of course. And just like that, she's won. Without ever asking for the remote, without ever fighting for it, she's taken control through pure psychological warfare. We end up watching a baking show. I don't even like baking shows. God. But I watch it with a smile on my face because that's the price of peace. You'd think that reasonable adults could simply negotiate, take turns, compromise. You'd think, but negotiations over the remote are never straightforward. They're complex, multi-layered, and full of hidden agendas. Jake and I tried to establish a system. Okay, I said, how about we alternate nights? You pick Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I pick Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. Sunday is negotiable. He nodded. That sounds fair. It was not fair. It was a disaster. Because here's what I didn't account for. Jake's taste in TV is terrible. He watches reality shows about people buying storage units. He watches cooking competitions where amateur chefs make desserts out of random ingredients. He watches home renovation shows where people argue about tile choices for 45 minutes. And on his nights, I'm subjected to this content against my will. But here's the worst part. When it's my night, he suddenly has suggestions. Oh, you're watching the game? Cool. Hey, after this, there's this new documentary I heard about. Jake, it's my night. I know. I'm just saying, if you're interested, or he'll start doing other things. Loudly, he'll clean the kitchen, which he never does, but suddenly, on my night, he's scrubbing dishes like he's preparing for a health inspection. The clanging, the water running, the aggressive wiping of counters, it's all designed to distract me. To make me feel guilty for monopolizing the TV when clearly there are more important things happening. The negotiation system lasted 1 week before we silently abandoned it and returned to the law of the jungle. And then there are moments when the battle escalates beyond reason. When someone crosses a line. When the ultimate weapon is deployed. Hiding the remote. This happened last month. I still haven't fully recovered. I came home one evening. Normal day. I sat down on the couch, ready to watch TV, and reached for the remote. It wasn't there. I checked the side table. Not there. I checked the other side table. Not there. Cot. Under the couch cushions. Behind the pillows. On the coffee table. Under the coffee table. The remote had vanished. Cot. And Jake was sitting there, reading a book. The Picture of Innocence. Hey, have you seen the remote? I asked, trying to keep my voice casual. Nope, he said, not looking up from his book. It's not on the couch, huh? Weird. It was here this morning. Maybe you moved it. I didn't move it. I never move it. The remote lives on the couch. That's its home. 20 minutes of my life gone, looking for a piece of plastic. And Jake just sat there, reading, occasionally turning a page, not offering to help. Finally, I gave up. I sat down, defeated, and watched whatever was already on TV, a rerun of a show I'd seen 3 times. 3 days later, the remote mysteriously reappeared on the side table where it always is, like it had never left. I confronted Jake. Did you hide the remote? What? No, it was probably just misplaced. For 3 days, things get lost sometimes. Man, I couldn't prove anything, but I knew, and he knew, I knew, and that's psychological warfare at its finest. But the absolute lowest point, the moment I realized I'd truly lost the war, came 2 weeks ago. My friend group came over to watch a movie. 5 of us. My apartment, my TV, my couch. I assumed, naturally, that I would control the remote. It's my place. My rules. Wrong. We couldn't agree on a movie. Someone wanted action. Someone wanted comedy. Someone wanted a thriller. It turned into a 20-minute debate that went nowhere. And then Emily, my girlfriend, the psychological warfare expert, just picked up the remote, selected a romantic comedy none of us had heard of, and pressed play. And everyone just accepted it. No one objected. No one argued. They just settled in and started watching. I looked around, stunned. Wait, we're watching this. Yeah? Why not? Someone said. But we didn't even discuss this one. Emily looked at me. Do you not want to watch it? There it was. The trap. If I said no, I'd be the difficult one. The bad host. The guy who can't compromise. No? It's fine. There's that word again. Fine. So I sat there in my own apartment, watching a movie I didn't choose, holding 0 power despite technically owning the space. That's when I understood the remote doesn't belong to whoever holds it. It belongs to whoever has the strongest will, the most strategic mind, the least shame about deploying psychological tactics. And I have none of those things. Look, I'm not proud of how much mental energy I've invested in this. I'm not proud that I've cataloged tactics, analyzed strategies, okay? And genuinely cared about who controls a small plastic rectangle with buttons. But here's the truth. The remote control is never just about the remote. It's about feeling heard. It's about having a say. It's about the tiny, ridiculous ways we try to assert ourselves in shared spaces. And sometimes, you win. You get to watch your show. You hold the power. And sometimes, you lose. You watch penguin documentaries and baking competitions and romantic comedies you didn't choose. And that's okay. That's relationships. That's coexistence. That's the price of not living alone in a cave where you control everything and answer to no one. Although, honestly, the cave is starting to sound appealing. So if you've ever fought a silent war over the remote, if you've ever used psychological tactics to watch your show, If you've ever hidden the remote like a complete maniac, drop a comment. Tell me your stories. Let's bond over our shared ridiculousness. Because at the end of the day, we're all just trying to watch what we want to watch. And apparently, we're willing to sacrifice our dignity to do it. Okay, stay strong out there, remote warriors. Okay, may your batteries never die. And may your opponent always get up to use the bathroom during the crucial decision-making moment.